صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر إلى الملأ من بني إسرائيل من بعد موسى إذ قالوا لنبي لهم ابعث لنا ملكا نقاتل في سبيل الله قال هل عسيتم إن كتب عليكم القتال ألا تقاتلوا قالوا وما لنا ألا نقاتل في سبيل الله وقد أخرجنا من ديارنا وأبنائنا فلما كتب عليهم القتال تولوا إلا قليلا منهم والله عليم بالظالمين ألم ترى did not tara you see this alif will go in question lam means not didn't you see ilal mala'i min bani israila ila means to or towards mala'i means chief min bani israila from the children of Israel. Bani Israel was the community. Okay, so now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that didn't you see towards the chiefs of the children of Israel min badi after chiefs min badi after Musa alayhi salam is qalu when qalu they said li nabiyil to the prophet to the nabi to the prophet lahum to them ibas appoint lana for us malikan appoint for us a king malikan a king Nuqatil means no, this now will go in question. Qatil means we will fight. We will fight fi sabilillahi in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now here this is not the time when Musa alayhi salam was alive. This is after Musa alayhi salam. The children of Israel after Musa alayhi salam. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, didn't you see towards the chiefs of those people of the children of Israel after Musa alayhi salam when qalu they said to the prophet to them, the prophet who was appointed to them after Musa alayhi salam, they all came to that prophet and they asked, what was the request? The request that appoint for us a king, nuqatil, we will fight in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the help of that king, with that king. Qala, so he replied, who replied? The prophet who was appointed for them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has appointed the prophet. That prophet replied, Qala, he said, Hal asaytum, do you perhaps in kutiba, if kutiba, let me check, hal, would, yeah, this will go in question. Would asaytum, you perhaps, if kutiba, it has been prescribed. Kutiba is past passive. Okay, look at the sign here. The first letter is having the ma and the second letter is having kasra. Okay, so this is past passive. This is the sign of past passive. If it has been assigned or it has been prescribed, sorry, the kutiba word is for prescribed alaykum, upon you, al-qital, the fighting. If qital is prescribed upon you, Allah is addition of two words, an plus la, an plus la. Okay, so this an is dropped and it has been joined like this, Allah. So if it that not, but the translation will be that not tuqatilu, you all fight. See, this is past tense, tuqatilu, that not you all fight. No, this is not past tense, this is universal tense. Qatala, personal pronoun, that not you all fight. Qalu, they all said, wama lana, and now here the prophet of that time, he was afraid that if they are asking for fighting, that the order for fighting, that order us and give us a king, we will, along with the king, we will fight. Okay, now but that prophet, he knew and he said that maybe when the fighting will be prescribed upon you, that time you don't fight. Qalu, they all replied, wama lana, and what's wrong with us and why for us, that not nuqatil, we will fight fi sabilillah, in the way of Allah. And why we will not fight? Now what is their argument? They said that what's wrong with it that we will not fight in the way of Allah? And certainly ukhrijna, have we, this noon is giving the noon alifna is giving the meaning of we. Ukhrijna, we have been driven out. We have been driven out, min, from diyarina, our homes, wa abnaina, and even our kids, our children. Falamma, then when kutiba, it has been prescribed, alayhim, upon them, al-qital, the fighting, tawallaw. Tawallaw means they turned away. Illa qalila, except very few from amongst them. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that initially they were asking for the fighting, and the prophet who was assigned, who had been appointed that time for them, he even warned them that if the fighting will be prescribed upon you, you may not fight that time. So they gave the argument that why we won't fight, and we have been driven out from our homes and even our children. Okay, so we will definitely fight. This was the assurance given by the children of Israel, the chiefs of children Israel, to that prophet. Okay, so now because of this assurance, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed for them the qital, the fighting. Okay, so what they did, tawallaw illa qalila minhum, they all turn away, illa qalila minhum, except very few from amongst them. Okay, wallahu alimun bizzalimin, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alim, he is all knower, bizzalimin, of the wrongdoers. So let's revise. This actually happens when the person is in trouble, like they have been driven out. That time they were in trouble, so they were asking for, okay, give us the permission to fight and give us a king, also appoint for us a king, so that we will fight with them, these people, these oppressors, and we will fight back. Okay, so that time their emotions were like kind of they were troubled and they were oppressed. So their emotions was that they will fight in the way of Allah. Okay, and get rid of this situation. And but when their situation became normal and they got settled down, everything was fine, and when the fighting was prescribed on them, then that time they turned away, because now there is no more that enthusiasm of fighting back and doing the right thing. Okay, so this was the case with them. So let's revise. Alam tara ilal malai, didn't you see to the chiefs of the children of Israel after Musa alayhi salam, when they all said to the prophet appointed for them, lahum, to them, aba'as means appointed, iba'as means appoint, lana malikan, for us a king, we will fight in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Qala, he said, hal asaytum, would you perhaps, if it has been prescribed upon you the fighting, that not you fight? Qalu, they said, and why not we will fight? Wama lana, and what's wrong with us, and what is for us, that not we will fight in the way of Allah, and certainly we have been driven out from our homes and our children. Then when it has been prescribed upon them the fighting, tawallaw, they all turned away. Illa qalila, except very few from amongst them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is all knower of the wrongdoers. Wa akhiru dawana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.